expecting to be in front of that camera today, but we move.
Might be live. We're live.
Oh,
Are we live? Yes, we are back live, people. We might have been live for the 5 seconds before, but yeah, love to everyone who's always supporting the show and always supporting Pi Radio as well. And it is another edition of From a Third Eye View, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm not joined by Stro. Big up to Stro though, but a producer turned host now to me. He's now in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Producer. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the Diddy thing, all up in the videos, dancing. You know what I'm saying?
P Diddy out here,
Yeah, man.
you
What's
know?
going on? Are you telling me though, to me?
I'm good, my man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, man. I'm blessed. Here to talk some football. It's actually good to be a United fan.
Oh yes, you finally got someone solid now.
Yeah. It's about time.
Unlike these mythical creature guys that stand.
Yeah, facts. I survived Ollie. I can survive anything. Legit. I feel I can take on the world because, like, he took everything from me in terms of a footballing aspect.
I remember.
Absolutely.
I remember you were very. You were very adamant about how this guy is gone soon, and you just didn't want him. Like
I called it.
You called it early. That's what I was meant to say. Yeah.
I called it. Like from when United had a 7-game run and we had Liverpool, City, Spurs was in it, Watford, Leicester, and I said this is where he's gonna get sacked, and I was 1 game off. But off of that, anyway, people, this is the Premier League show. As you can see from the title race back on. City drop points, Liverpool and Chelsea both win. VAR controversy. So you know that title was sent through by Stro. Normally I send it because the title race is not back on. Let's get that clear. I don't know why Stro has sent that in, why he believes that. He'll probably be listening in or watching his back, Stro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you've been drinking over the weekend. He's had a good weekend, clearly.
Oh, really? Right.
He clearly has. If he believes the title race is back on because Liverpool beat Palace and City dropped points at Southampton.
What was that you said last week? Like his title charge is
yeah, the title charge is as mythical as the Liverpool badge. Because when I figured out it's not a real bird. It's a mythical bird, like, you know, and you Googled it and was like,
I was last week years old when I first heard that.
Yeah, that's what I figured out. I'm like, what's this bird? Like, you have like Leicester, you have not Leicester. Yeah, Leicester will have they have the foxes. They'll have a fox. Crystal Palace will have eagles. The Wolves will have Wolverhampton Wanderers will have wolves. Why have you got a mythical bird on your?
But bro, we got Red Devils. So
yeah, but
I mean, it's not exists. On the badge. Fair
it's
enough.
Not on the badge. But at least like you can point to it and be like, yeah, the devil like exists type of thing.
Yeah.
Like there's probably some meaning behind it that we need to do some research on. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Whereas why would you have a mythical creature? It's kind of like Spurs with a cock on a ball for a logo. It's like, what's going on? Them man do. They have a cock on the ball for a logo. I'm like, why would you do? Who designed this? That's what I want to know. It's like a bad idea from the. Do you watch The Apprentice?
No, I don't.
You know what? You should watch it. It's like a bad idea on that. Very good show. But it's like a very, very bad idea for those that haven't watched The Apprenticeship before.
Do you think like the badges need a rebranding?
No. You can't rebrand it. It's set in stone now.
Okay.
You don't change it. It's kind of like once something is solidified and people associate a club with that, it's hard. It's like 50 when he tried to change the power theme.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody kicked off.
Yeah.
And he even said, Trey Songz said to me, why are you doing this? Don't do that. And everyone was like, why did you change the theme? I got mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't change the power theme. You don't do that.
I hear that.
It's kind of like watching whatever your favorite show is you've been watching for however long. If it's got a theme tune, you don't change. Imagine watching The Fresh Prince and then one day the track changed on the intro.
I know. Because you're so used to it.
Yeah, you're so used to it.
Yeah.
We creatures of, we like familiarity and continuity type of thing. But yeah, onto the football. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube as well. Get your questions in. Where to start?
So I'm like a very tanned version of Straw right now. So don't be surprised if you see me in front of the camera right now.
Nah, it's all well and good, man. It's all well and good. Stroll will be back, people, as well. You know what I'm saying? He just sorting out some stuff. Stroll will be back, people. Do not worry about that.
So, I mean, we were talking about Ollie just before. I'm not even going to get too much into it, but how do you feel like Ralph has done so far since Ollie has left? Like,
Ralph has shown what we've all been asking for. We don't ask for a lot. All I ask for as a Manchester United fan is the bare minimum. Be proactive rather than reactive. Yeah. Prevention, my mum always says that to me. Prevention is better than cure.
Of course.
So why wait for something to happen and then you react to it? No, react beforehand to it. And that was my biggest issue with him, and that's what I like about Ralph. Like, United were 2-0 up away to Aston Villa, we're 2-0 up.
Yeah.
Then we draw the game. This was a couple of weeks ago. Then we're 2-0 up against... who do we play this week? We're 2-0 up against Brentford.
Brentford, that was it.
Yeah. We're 2-0 up against Brentford.
Yeah.
So he switches it around. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've been in this situation just a few days ago.
I just don't want to go through
So
it
you don't
again.
want to drop points again, so I'm going to do something different. And that's even before that. I'm thinking, see, that I've skipped a game. Obviously, we played Villa and scored the late goal.
Yeah.
But I went that far back to show I like him, to answer your question.
Yeah.
I like Ralph being proactive and being on job, like he's figured something out. He's come in, he's changed, he's tried different things.
Yeah.
If something's not working, you switch it up.
Yeah.
If you're in here and you're shooting with a camera and the lighting's bad, you change the light.
Of course. Yeah.
That's what it is. Me and Stroll was making jokes about it last week in terms of you now being a producer and being in a room with us.
Yeah.
Solomon's added, you were saying January transfer window when we was doing the time capsule thing.
Yeah.
Sol's being proactive. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a producer. I'm not going to train you or Stroll to be a producer. Let me get you an actual producer who knows what they're doing type of thing. And that's what I like. He came in playing 4-2-2. The 4-2-2 didn't work. Then he switched to a 4-1-3-2.
Right.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
Then he's gone to the 4-3-3, which I've been crying out for Manchester United to play for the longest because of the players we have. And the counter argument is always, well, we don't have the players for 4-3-3. We don't have the players for any of these formations because none of them work. But try something different.
We
So
got pace though.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
the
yeah,
4-3-3 works.
I like the
Yeah.
4-3-3.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's got the 4-3-3. He's playing the 4-3-3. That's cool. But then what I like is it's not working against Villa on the weekend. So he makes changes. He's proactive.
Right.
And even though I didn't like the subs, I like the fact he was trying to do something different and he's changed the formation. And the three subs have combined for the goal. Martial passed it to Cavani. Cavani squares it across to Rashford and Rashford scores the winner in the last minute. The scenes at Old Trafford.
90+3.
That's what I like.
Pure United.
Yeah, man, that's what I like. His subs have changed the game. He's made an impact from the touchline.
Yeah.
And too often than not, the last guy didn't do that. Whereas Ralph is learning on the job. He's like, oh, this ain't working. 4-3-3. Let me change to the 4-1-3-2. I don't particularly like Ronaldo and Cavani playing up front together. However, it worked.
Yeah.
The front four we played. And what I'm also liking about Ralph, which we've not had in a long time, is elements of controlling games.
Okay.
Because this is something we've not had in the longest, like in the Brentford game, the Villa game. Brentford, Aston Villa. Who else I'm trying to think as well? West Ham.
We played, West Ham was the
Crystal
most
Palace. Them 4 games, even though it's not been first minute to 90, we've had elements of control. So it's like I can see us getting better. I can see the thought process and what he's trying to do. And the front, and he's also dropped players who we've been asking to be dropped for the longest.
Yeah, because he's
they're not good
playing
enough.
Tellers and Dallo now, right? Yeah. So, I mean, he's saying the same thing that Mourinho said about Luke Shaw.
No
previously.
secret. Luke Shaw's not good enough.
You know what I mean? And obviously people are saying like Mourinho's been saying this. Now we're finally seeing it. You know,
Every manager who's managed Luke Shaw's had issues with him.
I think he has his games though, man. Like
Yeah,
or
so
is
would
it
I.
just not-
So would I if I played. So would I if I... Come on, man. To me, smarter than that.
I know.
So would I if I played. Come on, man. That's law of averages. If you DM 50 girls, one of them's going to get back to you. That's not a good return.
Eish.
You DM 50 girls, one of them's going to get back to you with
1 in
something
25,
positive.
right?
1 in 25. Well, that's not good. And
Yeah.
that's him.
Yeah.
He's been here 7-8 years and he's just not good enough. Pochettino had issues with him at Southampton. Mourinho had issues with him. Van Gaal had issues with him. Will I say yeah? Pochettino had issues with him.
Seems
Mourinho
like
had
Solskjaer
issues with him.
didn't-
Van Gaal had issues with him. Ralph had already spoke on him before he had got here and said it. That's 4 managers.
Oh, wow.
That's a you thing.
Wow.
Wan-Bissaka not good enough. Harry Maguire not good enough. We spoke in that those 3 there, and all of a sudden we're not playing these. And that's all I've asked for is for different players to play to see if they're good enough.
Yeah.
Alone, everyone's waxing lyrical about them. I've been saying this for the longest.
Because our lineup is surplus to requirement when you think about it, bro. Like, I think set man need to be dropped, like, not even because of a wage bill or nothing, but like, why are they still there?
I agree.
what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Why are you still there? Like, for the first time, Maguire only played, and I hope Lindelof's good because his house got robbed. So I hope Lindelof's all good, but that adds into it.
Yeah.
Like, for the first time, Maguire's position is under threat, but Maguire should not be starting for Manchester United. Luke Shaw's not good enough. Wan-Bissaka's not good enough. It's no secret that they leave and all of a sudden we get better defensively. That's one thing that people are really underestimating. Are we defensively good enough? No. But are we improving? Yes. Like when these men were playing, we went on our longest in the club's history. We went on the longest run without a clean sheet at home. The club's history.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Manchester United been here 100 plus years. And you have the most expensive defence.
Crazy.
Luke Shaw's 30 million. You signed Rafael Varane, 30 million. Maguire was 80.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka was 50. That's a lot of money.
Wow.
And you got De Gea behind that. And we
Yeah.
still leaking goals. But like I said, Varane, Lindelof, they played well. I like Delo and Tellers because they offer us like creative outlets going forward, both solid defensively. Everyone who is trying to, people are too quick to write off players. Like I was like, Delo's not good enough. Give him a run. He's 21, 22. But we're going to continue to play Wan-Bissaka, who we know is not it. Like, no, play Delo.
I've been impressed with Delo.
He's been one of the bright sparks of the season. He's been one of our better performers this season.
100%.
And then you had McTominay and Fred in the mid. What I also like is with the 4-3-3, you know, Bruno wasn't good against West Ham. He's a better, I've always said it for the longest about Bruno. He's not a number 10, he's a number 8. If you play him deeper, you get most out of him. Fred is not a 6, Fred's an 8. So when you play 4-3-3, you play 1-6 and you play 2-8.
Yeah.
And that's why we've seen a better Fred. This is why we've seen, not so much against West Ham, but the 2 games previous, Bruno actually played well. McTominay is just McTominay. He's not good enough.
Right.
And then the problem we have in front of that is Alanga, Ronaldo and Greenwood. There's no creative outlet. And I've spoke on this time and time again about balance for Manchester United. And people are like, oh, you didn't need Sancho. You do. Whether it's wide players or your attackers or number 10, you need a mix of creators and shooters. The problem is with Manchester United, when we play Bruno, Ronaldo, Greenwood, and put Rashford in the mix, they all shoot first. Who's creating?
Yeah. True.
Who's creating?
True.
It's like kind of like playing Call of Duty and all you have is snipers. You're not going to win the match.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Or all you have is manual hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
You need a mix of long-range shooters, snipers, hand-to-hand combat, mid-range shooters. For those that watch COD, play COD will know. Will know exactly what I'm talking. And I've said this for the long, and this is why Sancho is so key, because he's a creator. This is why Martial is the same. Lingard is the same. Wamata is the same. Lingard's the same. Diallo's the same. Donny van der Beek, Pogba. I've just named 8. It's looking like Martial, but leave. But my point is, you need a mix. You can't play all creators, because then who's going to score? It's a mix, but I think Ralph is figuring that out. Obviously, for whatever reason, you don't play Donny. Martial looks like he's on his way out.
Yeah.
Pogba's injured. Lingard looks like he's on his way out. Mata can't get a look in. Diallo, he doesn't play for whatever reason. So, but yeah, so far so good. No complaints. That's what I'd say.
I think Diallo might be going on loan though. No.
Nothing's been said, and now we've got Alanga in the mix.
That's what I've been reading anyway.
Is that what he said?
I could be wrong. Yeah, he might be going on loan. But yeah, you know how these rumor reports.
Yeah, like he needs a loan. I've said this. He needs a loan. It's only right. Let me get to some of the comments as well. Big up everyone that's locked in. Let me see what you lot are saying in the comments. That United, so Ryan says that United game was so boring the other day. It was, Ryan, because we stifled West Ham. They offered nothing, and then we didn't offer anything going forward. But I'm doing the watch along. As soon as I see the midfield of McTominay, Fred, Bruno, and I see Alanga, Greenwood, and Ronaldo, I know we are going to struggle in terms of creating, because none of those are creators. The 2 most creative outlets are the fullbacks. And this is why when Martial comes on and this formation switches, you see a difference.
Yeah.
You see a difference. But I'm cool with winning. We in top 4 as well. Big up to Sasha in the cut. Big up to B1 as well. You don't get any questions in for me and Toomey. We'll answer any Premier League related questions. People.
Ryan said, I think United have a great chance of top 4, but if Spurs get Kane firing for the rest of the season, I think they'll get it. His goals will be enough for them or something. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? Sorry.
Ryan and this Kane stuff. Is it
right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ryan and his little bro in it. I legit know.
All right.
He has some wild takes.
Right.
Therefore, has some wild takes. What I was gonna say to this, I said as soon as Spurs got Conte, they're in with a chance, because Conte is a good enough manager to get top 4. The problem is the team. The reason why Spurs won't get top 4 is because the team's not good enough. The manager, Conte himself, came in and said they got beat by somebody in the European Super Conference League, which is the 3rd European. And he said in the conference, the level of Tottenham is not that high. That's the manager saying that. Tells you all you need to know.
Bro, they had Mourinho. I mean, even my man, the previous Wolves manager, what's his name again?
Nuno.
Nuno.
Yeah.
They had like 3 great managers, and what is it about Spurs that they keep struggling with? Like, I mean,
it's the mentality of Spurs.
The closest even Pochettino actually.
Spurs.
They got to a European final, my G. Like, and you ain't heard of that for like, you know what I'm saying? So is it like the whole team needs a refresh?
Yeah, the team's just not good enough. Like Ryan's talking about get Kane firing. Kane scored however many goals in the past, and he's not finished top 4. It's the rest of the team.
But why is no one talking about Kane? If that was a different player, all the newspapers, like, you know how they...
Because he has the complexion for the protection. That's why.
I love that.
Got the complexion for the protection. Let's just call a spade. And I'm a fan of Kane.
Never heard that, but that's...
He got the complexion for the protection. Was let that be a certain number 6 who plays at Old Trafford?
I was about
let
to
that be a certain number 9 who plays at Old Trafford, innit? You know what I'm saying? They be at Graham Souness's house in the morning and that. Before man's ate his cornflakes and had his cup of tea in his dressing gown. But it's all protect Kane, like.
It's crazy, man.
Because form's not something you can turn off and on. That's what it is.
He ain't been doing nothing, bro. Like, let's be real.
Like, you can't.
Nothing.
No.
Like,
and you can't form because he wanted the move. That's on him for not negotiating the release clause in his contract. Will Spurs be in the race for top 4? Absolutely. Simply because, 1, because of the manager they have. 2, they do have Harry Kane and they have Son, so they have goals and they have a manager who can set them up. However, they're just not. I watched them against
they got
Chelsea.
2 games in hand as well.
Yeah,
possibly.
but they had 3 yesterday and got rolled over by Chelsea for the 4th time.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Chelsea just little brother them all the time. I don't know if you got younger siblings or have older siblings, but it's like Chelsea treats Spurs that way.
2 older brothers, yeah.
Okay, so you know what it's like when you're younger and that.
Yeah.
And they just take the remote off you and take your things
like,
and
shut
that.
up.
Yeah, and just slap you about and that. That's what Chelsea do 4 times.
Man.
And Chelsea won at a canter each time. It's not like Chelsea were like at 10 and the form was great. They just rolled them over all the time.
Mad.
Are Chelsea in the race? Yes. I mean, are Spurs in the race? Yes. But that's simply because the Premier League is not that good.
Oh, wow.
In terms of quality. Statement. It's not that good in terms. I've said it for the longest, and people looked at me like
this season or
just in general, but this season in particular. Not this season in particular, but this season is just carrying on.
That's a hell of a
in terms
statement
of quality, in terms of the sides I'm talking about, they're not good.
Right.
City are a very, very good football side. Liverpool are very, very good.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to let you land, yeah? Are City only this good because everyone else is doing crazy?
Nah, City are a quality side.
Okay.
In any era, Manchester City, and this is me as a United fan, can compete. Their managers that good, their team's that good, their first 11's that good, their squad's that good.
I was just interested in that.
Yeah,
cool, man. Yeah, no, you can continue.
They're
with it.
very, very good side. No, like you could, if someone turned around.
I respect you for saying that.
Yeah, I'm honest. Like I'll run jokes and bants and troll and say, right, City ain't got no fans. There's more people in the Azure over the road than at the MT. Like I run,
talk about it.
It's got a better atmosphere in it. But aside from that, they're a very good side, quality manager. They're dominating the Premier League. When they win it this year, I think it'll be, is it 4 and 6, 5 and 7, something like that in terms of Premier League titles. I love Pep winning it back to back in the fashion he has. Great side. Someone said City are the best team in Europe. I wouldn't argue you down. Liverpool is they're number 1 up. Phenomenal side. Yep. Phenomenal first 11. Great manager. If someone said they're favourites for the Champions League, I'm not going to dispute it. Chelsea have fallen away, but same again. Very good manager. Yeah. Champions of Europe for a reason. Very good side. Yeah. Outside of those 3, it's mediocre at best.
We got some of the best managers in the world, bro. In the Premier League. And you're saying the Premier League is not up to scratch, it's mediocre.
We got so take out Pep, Klopp and Tuchel. Those 3 are quality. Yeah. Ralph's an interim. So I'm not going to put that in there.
Conte as well.
Conte's a good manager. But then when we look at Conte, domestically fine, look at his record in Europe is abysmal. His record in Europe is abysmal, but Conte, very good manager. I give you Conte in the mix. Yeah. Ralph's the interim manager. Arteta's not good enough. He's new. Right. David Moyes is good for that level. Who else is this?
Set level, yeah.
He's good for that level. Brendan Rodgers is falling away this season. Even though, again, I think Leicester, that's his ceiling. I don't think
you reckon
Brendan Rodgers is going to win you a Premier League. No. I think he's good enough to elevate your club, to take you from mid-table to 6th, 5th, 4th. What he did for Leicester.
Oh, you think he's a mid-table manager?
No. I think he's better than that. I think he can take, if your club's at mid-table, I think he's perfect for you. Right. So say you're finishing anywhere from 9th to 12th or 9th to 14th. Brendan Rodgers is the perfect manager to come and make you a top 7. Okay. Top 6. He's done it with Leicester. I'm saying they're regularly in Europe, regularly competing for top 4. They also won an FA Cup. You know what I'm saying? So he's elevated Leicester as a club. I think they've just hit their ceiling. But do I believe he can go to Manchester United and win Manchester United a Premier League title? No. Same with Liverpool, same with Chelsea, I think that's his level, that's his ceiling, and that's okay. That's not
finished second with Liverpool one time, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did, yeah. When Gerrard slipped.
The famous slip.
Yeah, it was the Gerrard slip.
Don't let it slip now.
No. But I think, don't let it slip now, lads. Don't let it slip now. That's what it is.
That's for you, Stro. That's for you, right?
Yeah. Like, and I think a better manager wins that league.
Right.
But
He had Suarez and
he had
Sturridge
Suarez,
on,
he had
on
Sturridge,
fire
he
those
had
days.
Sterling,
Yeah.
like he was, but a better manager wins that league. And again, people, that's not me taking a shot. That's just me saying there's levels to this. Brendan Rodgers is never going to beat Pep, Klopp, or Tuchel to a league title. It's not happening. Like, let's just call a spade. And people don't like when I say things like that, but let's just call a spade a spade. He's not. He's not on the level of them. He's not going to win you a Champions League.
But think about it. Klopp has had a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Pep's had a couple of years now. Tuchel's kind of having his
This
his
is his
time
first full
now.
season, yeah.
So I think Rodgers is on a build. And plus, like some of the players he's got are on decline, really, like Vardy and all these.
Yeah.
Do you feel me? Like
I think that's fair. But again, he's just not of that. He's just not of that level. Like, or people are like, oh, do you want him at United? No. I don't want to be going into the Champions
I wouldn't
League.
want him there myself.
This is my point.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him, but a Conte, he's not of the level of a Conte, who I think is a level below them, man. I rate Conte, but to me, he's a level below a Pep, a Klopp, a Tuchel. And that's not a shot. Them man, to me, that's a small group of those. Wherever you want to rank them, they're A-level managers.
Right.
I think Conte's B, which is cool because B, you can win. He's won stuff. He's won a Premier League.
Right.
He went to Italy. He won multiple Serie A's because he won with Inter and Juventus.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers will win you a trophy. He's won an FA Cup.
Yeah,
He's finished fifth. I think he finished fifth 2 seasons in a row, which is incredible for Leicester. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he has. Have they been in the Champions League? I believe they have been in the Champions League on day as well.
Yeah,
I believe
think it was
so. The
after
chat
that
will tell
when
me.
Premier League winning season.
So that's my point. Is it's stepping up. So like I said, there's A level. You can have A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, and I put Conte. I put Rodgers in the B category.
Because this conversation started off you saying the Premier League was mediocre. Then, if that's the case, what is the top level league right now? Then,
in terms of leagues, I think the standard of football isn't the greatest in terms of quality. And when I say that, I'm not talking managers. I'm talking teams. The fact that Manchester United are in a top 4 race tells you all you need to know. Well, you are a United fan like me. We couldn't have had everything that could have went wrong this season went wrong, but yet we still sat 4th. We're still legitimately in a top 4 race.
Yeah,
we shouldn't be.
Yeah,
look at it. No, everything that went wrong.
And
no,
how do we
shouldn't
expect to attract any players if
like
we're
we
not
shouldn't
even,
be? But we're in a top 4. Arsenal, who I think they're mediocre, are legit in a top 4 race. Spurs, their own manager came out and said the level of this team is not high. But Spurs fans will look at me weird when I say it. But when Conte says it, now everybody quiet.
Like,
Why is it different when Antonio Conte says it?
Yeah.
But when I was saying it, and I was saying this, Ryan will tell you in the chat, we've done many shows. I was saying this from the jump about Spurs. The team isn't that good. They have Kane, they have Son, and Nobele's gone. Højbjerg, I do rate, even though his form's dipped. And that's pretty much it. When Conte comes in and goes, yeah, this is even worse than I thought. That tells you, so you got him. Us as United fans talk about how much our team needs to improve. Arsenal are bang average.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Arsenal have won as many games in the Premier League in the year of 2022 as me and you have. Let's call a spade a spade.
Oh, this is why I love you, Flawless,
It's
bro.
facts.
You just come up with these things. And
It's
I never,
facts.
I never
I was trolling him yesterday. It's facts. Arteta's won the same amount of games in the Premier League in the year 2022 as me and you.
That's crazy.
They have more red cards than goals in the year of 2022. But people want to sit there and tell me they're a great side.
Who's counting?
Them man have scored 1 goal and have 3 red cards in the year of 2022. It's now what are we on? The 24th of January. It's the 24th of January. But this is a team competing for top 4.
And we're in the same conversation.
When we're in the same conversation, this is a team that lost to the team 8th in the championship.
Wow.
With pretty much their first team. Bear in mind, Nottingham Forest have more European pedigree, but you know. They do.
Yeah, actually.
They do. They've won 2 Champions League. I still have 0. They have as many Champions Leagues as me and you. Nottingham Forest fans were singing to the Arsenal fans, where's your European Cups?
Yeesh.
Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. Nottingham Forest fans, who are 8th in the championship, which is the second tier people. But when I turn around and say these things, because I troll, people be like, oh, you hating. Like, I don't criticize Manchester United. I just call it as I see it. And that's why I say the level of the leagues that West Ham are a decent side, yes.
They're doing well, you know.
West Ham are a decent side.
They're doing well, yeah.
But that's Moyes' level. Like, Moyes will do well there. He did it at Everton.
Yeah.
He will, if you're trying to, because when he went to West Ham, no one was looking at West Ham as a top 6 side. They're now legitimately a top 6 side. They could finish 4th, but they'll finish in the European places, which is great for them. Yeah. And you can see the profile of what he's done. You can see what he's doing.
That United job was a bit too big for him still.
He's just not of that level.
Yeah.
He's Brendan Rodgers. It's the same. Brendan Rodgers has more room to grow because he's younger, I believe. but they're the same in terms of that West Ham side Moyes has, for those that are old enough, it's his Everton team in terms of profile.
Right.
Mistro and JV, I've gone through it. And we pinpointed it and said, his Everton left back is the exact same as his West Ham left back. And we went through the entire team.
Wow.
The profile's the exact same.
For
And you can
Leighton
see
Baines
it.
type.
Leighton Baines, you know who his Leighton Baines is? Watch Cresswell and tell me that's not Leighton Baines.
Right.
It's the exact same thing.
Right.
They have Ogbono. That's just Yobo. They have, what's his name? Oh, who's their fullback now? Oh, what's his name? It's just lost me. They have Kufal. That's it. That's just Tony Hibbert.
Wow.
They have Suchek. That's just Fellaini. List goes on. The list goes on.
You guys really broke
You
this down.
really broke this down. They have Antonio. That's just his Yakubu.
Yeah.
They have Steve. They have Bowen. That's just Steve McFadden.
Okay. Who was Lingard then in the situation?
Stephen Pienaar.
Oh my god.
See what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And that-
crazy.
He was his Stephen Pienaar. It's the same profile.
Yeah.
He just
He's a
just
South
didn't
African
knew.
as well.
He's
Big up,
South
big up.
African. That's how you know. That's how I know you knew. Yeah, Stephen
yeah.
Pienaar. That's who it is. You can pinpoint where this is. It's the same
Right.
thing.
That's interesting.
Declan Rice, just his Mikhail Artel. You can keep going all the way through.
That's mad. I never thought of it like
Yeah,
that.
man, we broke it down. And like we went, look, I just named 8 or 9 off the top of my head.
Straight, yeah,
So you
yeah.
can see the profile of players which he has.
Yeah.
And there's probably Everton players we forgot about. But when you watch it, and they play very similar.
Mm.
For those that remember Pro Evo, when they didn't have the licensing, West Ham now is just Merseyside Blue. It's just the same.
Is that what they came up with?
Yeah, that's what it was because Pro didn't have the license. So all the team names were
I remember
different.
it used to be London FC or
London
whatever.
FC,
stuff
West
like
London
that.
Blue,
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that type of stuff. Yeah. So
But he
that's-
he was never fighting top 4 with Everton though.
Nah, they did finish top 4.
I think they finished 5th one time. No?
Nah, they finished 5th, but they definitely finished top 4.
Oh, right, okay.
But that's no surprise that he's doing this now because the
Right.
expectation level of West Ham would have been similar to Everton. If West Ham finished 6th this season,
Yeah.
it's a great season for them.
Of course.
And you get Europe. You finish 6th at Manchester United, man, when you out. Levels. If you finish 6th at Liverpool, man, when you out, or Manchester City or Chelsea, expectations is different. And he thrives there. If you put him, Brendan Rodgers, our team who are, the aim is, if we finish 6th, good season, 7th, European
Yeah.
places, they'll succeed.
It's no pressure, is it?
Yeah,
There's
there's pressure, but it's just different.
Yeah.
There's no pressure like Manchester United pressure.
Yeah.
You under scrutiny as a manager and as a player.
Have you noticed like when they first get the job and how grey their hair gets like by the
Facts.
end of it? You know,
'Cause the stress is
wrinkles
different.
and everything like
Wrinkles, because you are under the microscope 110% of the way. You are
Yeah.
under the microscope, like without question, like every day.
like
you're
Sky
under the
Sports,
microscope.
like literally,
Yeah.
it feels like they just follow Man United. Like, you know.
Absolutely. You're
What's-
under the microscope.
What's your thoughts on Stevie G anyway right now? Since we're talking managers,
Talking about, he's doing well.
I think he's doing some
He's
great
doing
business
he's
right
doing
now.
well as much as it pays me to admit. Obviously, United allegiances, he's doing well at
Yeah.
Aston Villa. Like, and what he did is what I like. He went and learned his trade elsewhere. He went up to Scotland. You know what I'm saying? He went to Rangers, was successful there.
Dominated it actually. Yeah.
And his interview, he spoke on that when he was like certain, and he didn't name no names. I would have loved him to name names where he's like certain former managers would have. Certain former managers think because they were a good player, they can just come in and manage. I know it don't work like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, just because I can host a show on here, that doesn't mean I can go behind the camera and do what you do and produce.
Yeah.
It just don't work like that.
I
Just
hear
because you
that.
host, or just because you can produce, don't mean you can, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Just because you at the station, that don't mean I can do everything Solomon can do. No chance I can do everything Big Sol can do.
100%.
Just because I'm a part. And that's what, and even on a bigger scale, that's what it is with football. Like, just because you're a great player doesn't mean you can be a great
Necessarily,
manager.
like, yeah.
And most great players aren't. If you look at the best managers ever in the past 30 years, most of them were mediocre at best.
Yeah, Mourinho, Pep.
Pep was decent.
Yeah.
Mourinho wasn't good.
Yeah.
Tuchel wasn't good. Klopp wasn't good. Sir Alex Ferguson was average. Whatever manager you are, Conte was decent. The only one that is an exception to the rule is Zidane. He's the only player
But
who
he
was world-class.
inherited. He inherited
He
a.
inherited a great squad,
Yeah.
but he did great things like winning the Champions League three times in a row.
yeah,
That puts you in a whole different
Yeah, it's a
category.
madness. Yeah.
Like Ancelotti, whatever man, he wasn't exceptional player. Like everyone's like, oh my god, Ancelotti, what a world class player he was. Like Zidane's the only exception to the rule. But for most managers who are great, you're not a great player.
Very true.
And like that's
Very
what.
true.
And when I say players, I'm talking like in the world class bracket. Like Zidane at one point was the best player in the world.
Of course.
Like Zidane. That's what I'm saying. Big up to Brush in the comments as well. Glad you're Sasha. See, even Ryan said it. Arsenal only have one goal in 2022. Facts. No, and that's what I was saying, Ryan. I'm not saying Conte isn't better than Rodgers. I'd put Conte at B plus. I put Rodgers at B minus. So he is.
That's the grading, like
That's how I would grade them.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, actually, is it fair? Would I put? I have to think through. Maybe Conte makes A minus. No, because if you make an A minus, you got to do better in Europe to me. And his record in Europe is horrendous.
Right.
Like he's at Inter, at Juventus, at Chelsea, done nothing. I think he's won one knockout tie in Champions League history or something, in his Champions League career or something like that. Yeah, like I had a Chelsea fan of mine, shout out to Peter, who broke it down because he can't stand Conte. He can't stand it. And he was like, domestically fine.
Yeah.
Like, he's won domestic titles.
Yeah.
Europe's not it. So I can't put someone who's failed. I got to put you at B plus. I got to put you at, whereas Rodgers, I'd probably put B minus, maybe a C. But I'd have to think it further through with the criteria.
Who you taking after Ralph then, bro? Like, since end of the season, obviously we have to get somebody. Like, who? I don't know if I've heard you say it or talked about it. Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, who you actually taking then? Since, because we're in the conversation of managers, my bad.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nah, no problems, man. This is a good question.
Yeah.
I've said it before. Whoever Ralph wants, because he's going up to do the consultancy role. We need to get that connection good. So whoever Ralph wants to work with, I've said it already. I don't care if he gets a Pochettino, a Ten Hag, a Hasenhüttl, somebody I've never heard of. They need to work well together, because then when they work well together, it improves our recruitment, because our structure's horrific. And the reason why we're in the mess we are in with our squad is because our recruitment's been all over the place. So whoever Ralph wants to get in, I'm with, because then at least they can have a style, a philosophy, and a profile. We're talking about Everton and West Ham in terms of profile.
Right.
Profile of player. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what it is. So like, no matter what right back or left back we're gonna sign, they're this profile. They're good at these things. They're quick, they're strong, they can cross. Just use an example. We're signing centre backs, they're gonna be like this. We're signing strikers, they're gonna be like this, and we're gonna play this way. And that's what I'm looking for with Manchester United. So in terms of manager, son, Ralph, I've said it already, and Ralph I trust.
So you got all the faith in my man.
Double R Mafia in the building. I have full faith in Ralph.
I remember you.
Rolex Ralph, man.
Rolex Ralph.
Rolex Ralph, man. Rolly Ralph.
The timepiece.
Man. I got all the time in the world for him, 100%. 100%. That's what it is. You lot continue to get your questions in the chat as well. Big up Aimless. You know what I'm saying? How are you two? I'm good. I hope you're blessed. Cup competition is like a lottery. As Pep, league titles are the real acid test, flawless. I hear you, Black Diamond, but A-level managers do both. If we're talking Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, all three of those managers have done both. Pep's won multiple league titles.
I kind of understand the whole lottery thing about it, though.
Yeah, cup competitions there is, but you have to win it.
You have to be good on the day.
You have to be good. You have to be good at both, though. That's how we look at elite managers. We call Fergie the GOAT because he was both successful domestically and in Europe.
Yeah.
Pep's been successful domestically and in Europe, not with City yet, but he has to pattern that, because if he doesn't, that's a black mark on him. But he's been successful before he got here in cup competitions. Yeah. Tuchel has been successful before he won the Champions League. He's won leagues in France. Klopp won leagues in Germany. One that had reached the Champions League. So to me, Conte is not on the level of those three. But that's not a shot. I don't think there's many that are on the level of those three. They're the bar.
I don't think he'll do it with Spurs, though. Not with that squad, anyway.
There's a reason he went to Spurs. I said this before, and this is no disrespect to Spurs. Spurs are the stepping stone to show you can reach the next heights.
Right.
Nobody's aim is Spurs. And that's no disrespect. Spurs is the stepping stone to see if you can jump from C or B to A.
But they've got the potential to be a great team. Like, I used to say, and this might sound really silly, I used to say if Man United ever got relegated, I used to love Spurs. In that sense. Do you get me?
I only like Spurs because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I can't stand Arsenal, and neither can they. So that's why we get on in it. Yeah, man. That's one of them phrases, man. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't know if that's from the Art of War or 48 Laws of Power, whatever, but that's true.
It's probably on all of them.
Yeah. Like, if enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's why I got time for Spurs, because they dislike Arsenal too. We can click. That's why I get on with Chelsea friends. They can't stand Arsenal either.
Yeah.
That's why I get on with Chelsea friends. I get on with Everton fans because they can't stand Liverpool. As you can tell, people, I'm very petty when it comes to football.
Talk about it.
Yeah, with Spurs, they are either managers who have fallen off from trying to get back there, or managers trying to step up. And Spurs fans won't like it, but that's what it is. That's why Mourinho went there.
Mad.
If someone would have told you after Mourinho won the treble with Inter Milan in 2010, that in 10 years later, he'd be at Spurs trying to revive his career. People would have been like, you on drugs.
I thought he ran out of teams, really.
No,
he had Chelsea, United. It's like, where else really is he?
He trying to revive his career, but his career has gone down. That's what it is. He's trying to survive. And that's what it is with him. Like, he's legit trying to survive. Not trying to survive. He was trying to get back up to, because if he does well at Spurs, the bigger clubs come in for him. You don't go Spurs and go to win Premier Leagues and Champions League. It's like a World Cup or Euros. You put yourself in a shop window.
But he was in the conversation of the Everton manager.
Exactly, the Everton manager.
Yeah, I know.
That's my point.
So he's gone.
Everton are the same.
Yeah.
They're in that conversation. Well, yeah, they've gone down. No, again, a top manager's not going to Everton like, yo, I'm going to win Premier Leagues and challenge for Champions League here.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And that's not disrespect. That's just the facts of what it is. Whether it's a manager who has fallen off or a manager who's trying to get there. Ryan mentioned it. Graham Potter. If he goes to Spurs, he's not going to Spurs to stay there for 10, 20 years. He's going to Spurs to show he's good enough to manage at Manchester United, at Chelsea, at Liverpool. Brendan Rodgers did it. He was at Swansea. Then he went to... Where did he go after? Then he went to Celtic.
Yeah.
And then I think he got the Liverpool job.
Yeah.
Because he's showing there, Celtic, put yourself in the shop window. All right, you did well there, go to Liverpool. Didn't do well at Liverpool. He's gone to Leicester now. Has done well at Leicester to put himself in the shop window. Spurs might look at him because he's trying to get back up to there. He's trying to be competing for Premier League titles again and being in them type of conversations. And that's what Graham Potter's doing at Brighton. That's why the Spurs moves make sense for him because he's trying to put himself in the shop window.
100%. Yeah.
That's what it is.
That would make sense.
Yes.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah, and man is saying, Black Diamond saying, Sir Alex only 2 Champions Leagues in 26 years. Yeah, because he underachieved in Europe. I'm saying that as a Sir Alex Ferguson stan, he's the GOAT, but did he underachieve? Yes. Did he fail? No. Pep is currently failing at Manchester City in the Champions League. There's a big difference. Why are you laughing? No, that's the facts.
I know.
It's the facts, yo, man.
It's just the way you lay it down. Like.
It's because people don't. And people get on my case about these things. Like, there's a difference between failing and underachieving.
Yeah.
Did Sir Alex underachieve?
You're not even lying, bro. Like, you're not even lying.
Did Sir Alex underachieve at Manchester United? Absolutely. He underachieved at Manchester United in Europe. He'll tell you that. He underachieved. However, Pep is currently failing because he hasn't won it. And what we're not forgetting is he won 2 European trophies at Aberdeen in Scotland. So we're not doing that. Man won a European trophy with a Scottish side. If somebody did that right now, we'd be lauding them up as one of the best.
True.
Like, this is not what we're doing. And it wasn't a big budget. Aberdeen people. And he won a Scottish League title out there.
Come on.
Where Celtic and Rangers dominate.
Come on.
And that record's still not been broken.
For real?
Yeah. That shit, that's older than me.
Wow.
When he won it, it's in the 80s. I'm a 90s baby. He did that in the 80s. It was like 84.
Yeah.
He won the league title. And nobody since then, apart Celtic and Rangers monopolised Scottish League, have won it since. Yeah. So that record still stands. Like, this is not what we're doing. Like, Fergie, even the GOATs have blemishes. Yeah.
Chink on their armour.
Every GOAT in football, I say this, everybody has a black mark in football. Manager or player. I say this all the time. Whoever the best is, whoever your GOAT manager is, there's a black mark on him. Where he's like underachieved. And that's Fergie. He underachieved in Europe. But hey, people would kill for what he did at Manchester United.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Pep only 2 Champions League, Klopp 1, Simeone 0. Generally shows you can be an elite manager and not excel in the Champions League. Zidane, the anomaly. Pep's an elite manager now because he has the 2 Champions League. That adds into it. Klopp is an elite manager. I'm not putting Simeone in the elite manager bracket yet. I'm not putting him in, but he's a very good manager. He's probably, considering what he's done at Atletico Madrid, I'd probably put him A- because he's had success in Europe. Like, he's been, I think they reached 2 Champions League finals or 1. He was also in the last stages of the Champions League on a regular basis. So I put Simeone.
I think he's always been in the Champions League, to be honest.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So I give Simeone, I say he's A-, but do I have him as an elite manager? No. But is he of a certain level? Absolutely. So I disagree.
Different team?
I disagree, Black Diamond, with this. It's a lottery. Odds, when you win it multiple times, there isn't a manager who's won the Champions League twice or more that's not elite. There isn't one if you run down the list. You got to
remember, Champions League is not the easiest.
This is my point. Champions League is very tough to win.
Easiest.
Zidane won it 3 times. I think Ancelotti's won it 3 times. Pep's won it twice. Klopp's won it once.
Obviously, you got Fergie there.
Fergie won it twice.
Yeah.
Like, there's other managers as well. To win that competition twice is very tough.
Yeah.
That's like three-peating a domestic. You know what I'm saying? And people know how tough that is because no one ain't done that since Fergie. No, it ain't 3-peat. We 3-peated twice during his reign. I see how tough that is.
I think City might be able to do all that, you know.
They might be able to 3-peat.
Yeah.
They might be the first side outside of us in the Premier League era to 3-peat. Absolutely.
They just look like unbeatable
They
right
might
now,
do,
man.
but-
Which is so crazy to say, but you know what I'm saying? Because there was a time you'd never say such a statement about Manchester City. You
Well,
know?
it's very tough. I think it's missing my point. Not dissing Sir Alex, showing the UCL is a lottery regardless of manager genius. Slight lottery, yes. But like I said, my point is if you're winning it twice, you're an elite manager. If you win it twice, you're 110%.
You think that's the bare minimum?
To be an elite manager, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There isn't an elite manager who hasn't won it. And when I say that, I'm talking about their entire career, not like when you're pinpointing when they've been at clubs.
Right. Yeah.
Well, at City, has Pep failed so far in the Champions League? Yes. You just said it then. City could 3-peat.
Yeah.
City are a very good side. Most people haven't 1-2 in the top 3 of teams in Europe.
Yeah.
He should win the Champions League. Yes.
Yeah.
And
I
if
think
he
that's the
doesn't,
one thing like he's missing, right?
That's the
He's
one
won
thing he's
everything
missing.
else, isn't
He's
it?
won
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he failed at Bayern Munich in the Champions League, but people don't like to talk about that. So he didn't win the Champions League there. Yet one of the managers before him and one of the managers after him both won it. But people don't like it and think I'm hating because Pep is like, no, let's hold Pep to that standard. He's one of the best managers ever. He's in the Hall of Fame. If he retired today, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Without question. But did he fail at Bayern Munich in the Champions League? Yes. Because he didn't win it. And a manager before him and one of the managers after him both won it. That's on you. Has he failed so far in Europe at Manchester City? Yes. Has he dominated the Premier League? Also, yes. I'm going to give you all the flowers. Because the way he's dominated the Premier League is incredible.
Crazy.
Because he's done it in a style that was doubted. I remember the conversations people were having when he was at Barcelona. Oh, he couldn't win the Premier League playing this style and playing tiki-taka with smaller players and being technical players. Well, that's gone out the window. He's about to win 5 Premier Leagues in 6 years.
I mean, like,
or 4 in 5.
set teams are actually copying.
Teams copy, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a same
It's not
play
all
from the back and
facts.
you know all of that. Yeah,
Facts.
that came with Pep.
It's not all pace and power and hard yards and hard work and that. Like Pep's, he's dominated. They've dominated the Premier League. Like I said, I think this is 4 and 5 now, and it'll be like 5 and 7 or something like that. So you're talking half a decade, and they would be favourites next season.
Yeah,
They could 3-peat. I think the league's sewn up, so that's how I'm looking at it. That's me.
So is it because he's had time to build his team? Because like, it seems like he's just built like the perfect team.
Oh yeah. With
Because
Pep,
their
you need to
first
get
and second team is just
yeah.
do you know
You
what I
need to
mean?
get Pep everything he wants, but once you get him everything he wants, he'll sauce. He'll sauce, and that's Pep for you. Once he gets you everything he wants, he will 110% sauce.
How long do we need then, like, to get to that level?
We got a lot to go because the structure that City have in place. City have because they brought in a lot of the backroom stuff from Barcelona where he was successful before he got there. So they were planning ahead. The structure's got to be right. Then you get the right manager, coaching staff, the team right, the recruitment correct, the youth team correct, and then you go from there. And that's what United need to do. Our structure's all over the place. And that's why we're not successful. That's why we haven't been successful. And this is why. Liverpool are the same. Their recruitment is very good. Recruitment's spot on.
Yeah.
Even Chelsea. I've heard fans complaining about their recruitment. That's why they haven't won a league in however many years, but their recruitment is good enough where they can win trophies. They haven't, in Roman Abramovich, he's been there since like 04, 05.
Yeah.
They haven't gone longer than 2 years without a trophy. It's not by accident. I'm saying 05, we're in 2022.
Yeah.
And since 04, 05, they never, I say it all the time, they're always due. It's like a train, they're always due like a trophy on its way. This is why they've won 2 Champions Leagues, they've won Premier Leagues, FA Cups, League Cups, and they will continue to win trophies under Roman. Do they need to maybe improve their recruitment to win the league? Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause that shows they haven't won the league, and I think it's this year will be number 6,
Right.
which is a long time for them. I think it's 20. Is it? When's the last time they won the league? I think it was 2015. I believe so.
See, if I was producing the background, I would have had this information.
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
calm, no stress. It's all good. I believe so. The chat will tell me. It's cool.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm only playing, my guy.
Yeah, it's all good. Where we at? Pep has revolutionized positional play. Ten Hag has adopted Pep's philosophy as indicated in his bio. Because that's what it is like. Once people see something being successful, of course you replicate it.
Yeah.
It's like if an artist, whoever the biggest artist is right now, who's blowing up, there'll be an artist who's years younger listening to him who will be influenced by him
Yeah.
and take things from his blueprint and then mix it up. We do that. I'm an artist.
Same thing happens with social media. Like, look at Spaces on Twitter. That's pretty much Clubhouse. And then Instagram stories, that was Snapchat. Like, you know, you just grab.
But that's it. You just grab, you take ideas and mix it, because we all have influences, whether it's as, like you said, social media companies, whether it's as a manager, whether it's as an artist. Like, I'll say certain things. Like, if you hear me bar out on a track and then I tell you who I listen to, and if you go listen to them, you're going to hear the influence.
Yeah.
Like, I'll mix it up. Like, I'll never just take. But of course, we influenced by certain
It's bound
things.
to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to still put my flawless input on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take it verbatim and be like, that's a good move. Let me switch up that move and do it that way. Like, kind of like boxers or like UFC fighters be like, they'll take things. Andre Ward speaks on it. Yeah, I took stuff from Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. He says this verbatim. But like, I'll use my jam and it's different. Yeah. No stress. Yeah. We gonna close out the show, people, in about 10 minutes. Camera down, but you can still hear me. See what I'm saying? Me out here doing 2 jobs at once. Continue to get your questions in as well, people. Continue to get your questions in. Ragnick believes in heavy metal football like Klopp. That's why I believe he'll choose Hassan Hutel and not Ten Hag. Yo, Black Diamond, whoever he wants to choose, I'm with it. Whoever he wants to choose, I'm all for it. I am all for it. So, where else?
Apologies.
Nah, it's all good. But that's so I'm happy about it. The top 4, I think the league title is done. Liverpool and Chelsea will be fighting for 2nd. And then you got United, Arsenal, West Ham and Spurs fighting for that 4th spot. Am I confident of Manchester United finishing there? Yes, and I have been. Even the disappointing results and people are like, you still confident? Yes. Why? 1, because I think the teams around us ain't the greatest. 2, we have a manager who is now capable of getting the best out of these players. And 3, we got goals in the team. Goals in we have goals in the team. We brought Cavani, Martial, and Rashford off the bench. No over top, no other side. Spurs can't do that.
No.
Arsenal are chasing the game, and they brought in Eddie and Nketiah. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Arsenal out here drawing to bottom of the league. Burnley, who haven't played in 3 weeks and just sold their best striker to Newcastle.
Crazy.
Let that have been United drew 0-0 to Burnley. My axe would have been blowing up.
Yeah, of course.
Mentions would have been blowing up.
Of course.
But it's not Arsenal here. Everybody want to be quiet and sweep it under the rug. You know what I'm saying? We got a rug underneath us here. People want to sweep on. Nah. Let's talk about it. I've said this for the longest.
I'm due a Arsenal Fan TV watch, actually.
I watched it last night. It was good. That season's done in January. No Champions League, no Europa League, no Conference League, no FA Cup, no Carabao Cup.
Mad.
Season's done.
And Arteta will still survive.
Arteta will still survive. I'm sure he probably, I hope so. Give him a lifetime deal. Give Arteta a lifetime deal. And people don't like it because it's me saying it. They don't have our attacking depth. Look at the players I just said that came off the bench.
Literally. Yeah.
Rashford, Martial, Cavani, all come off the bench for Arsenal, Spurs, or West Ham. Let's just call a spade a spade. Bear in mind, I just named those 3. Pogba's missing, Sancho's missing, Donny van der Beek's missing, Lingard can't get a game.
Crazy.
Look at the 4 players I've just named there.
Crazy.
That's 7. Diallo, 8.
Crazy.
These all play for your teams, but then people will act like I'm crazy for saying United are favourites for top 4. You can just outscore teams. Never mind who was on the pitch. Ronaldo was on the pitch. Bruno's on the pitch. Mason Greenwood's on the pitch. Like, we have...
What season was it where we scored the most goals yet?
I think it was the lockdown season.
Yeah.
Like, our front 3 outscored Liverpool's front 3. Yeah, it was. Go on.
That's the season we finished 2nd, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Sorry, man, my bad. Carry on, yeah.
One thing I want to get on to before we close that as well, because the news broke earlier today. Claudio Ranieri sacked as Watford manager.
Oh, wow.
Sacked as Watford manager.
Wow.
And, he was doing the time capsule. And I said, God has to press the reset button. Mm-hmm. This ties into that. Because Ranieri gets sacked. Rightfully so. And I can speak on this because I have people who close to me who are like Watford season ticket holders, number 1.
Right.
Number 2, I've watched a lot of Watford this season. But people will jump on social media. And I've noticed without even checking, they shouldn't have sacked him. Why have they sacked him? He had to go. That Norwich performance was disgraceful. You're playing Norwich, relegation rivals. Not only did they lose 3-0, the performance was awful.
And Norwich are on a losing streak as well, aren't they?
They're actually doing well.
Okay, right.
Because they won. They run a decent amount anyway. In terms of a decent run, they were on a losing streak. Then they changed the manager, and now they're out of the relegation zone. But to everyone talking about Again, pressing the reset button. People just talking about things they don't know about. You haven't watched Watford. You have people who be out here tweeting about Watford. Oh, they shouldn't have sacked Ranieri. The only game you've probably watched Watford in full, not highlights, is when they played your team. So whether you're a United fan, Chelsea fan, City fan, whatever, he had to go. They played Newcastle. They drew 1-1. You were their relegation rivals as well. Scored a last-minute equaliser. Performance was terrible. Played Norwich at home. Performance was terrible. Like, he's out of ideas, and he had to be sacked. And bear in mind, it'll be United, as use United fans as an example, will be the same ones who saying, oh, Ollie had to go. So why can't Ranieri be sacked? Or you can't run through managers? Why? Ranieri wasn't, and I'm a fan of Ranieri, and I thought it was a good appointment.
Yeah.
But after watching him, he just wasn't it. And you can't survive with those two performances. If he would have beat Newcastle and Watford, it would have been a different conversation. Camera gone again, people, but we still here. Don't worry about it. But that's just my thoughts. Is just do your research. That's all I'm going to say about people. All you have to do is just do your research. That's it. And people, for whatever reason, just want to get their tweets off or their Instagram posts off, talking about things they don't know about. But here we are. Here we are. Let me get to it as well. Make sure you hit the like button on the video as well, people. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Share across all the socials. And subscribe to the Pie Radio YouTube as well. Black Diamond said it true. We've been doing Watford watching them. So, yes, I've watched a lot of them. And it's just crazy how people are like, oh, you can't sack. People don't sack managers until it's your team going through a run of poor results.
Right.
When it's your team, it's okay.
Yeah,
But when Watford do what's best for them, he had to go. And is Watford structure perfect? Absolutely not. Do the owners have a lot to... Do they have to be held accountable? Yes, because their recruitment's not good. However, they do have good players, and Ranieri wasn't getting the most out of him. Similar to United, Watford are like, in terms of attack, they have players in attacking areas who can hurt you.
Right.
In terms of King, Dennis, Sa. I just used out João Pedro. I used those for example. Then you got Sissoko in the midfield, and you've got Imran Luz, who I'm a big fan of, in their midfield as well. Ranieri got to do better. And it's a result. I think he won 2 out of 14 games.
That's bad. Wow. Right.
And people act surprised when you get sacked.
I thought he was a bit quiet, to be fair.
2 out of 14. Imagine I come in here and I do 2, and me and Stroll do 14 shows. You know what I'm saying? Over a 2 week. You know exactly where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are good. You think Sol's going to keep the show in the air? Or is he going to pattern it like, yo, you man need to pattern up?
You need to
2
sort
out,
it
yeah,
out,
you
man.
have to sort it out. Team be like, yeah, you man, this show's a 2 out of 14.
Take a break. Take a break.
Take a break. Do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, take a leave. You need to improve. This is not it. You have to. So why can't people can understand that in their everyday life? Imagine you go to work and you perform at a high level 2 out of 14 times. You're getting pulled into the boss's office no matter what you do. Whether it's streaming, whether it's as a football, whether you work in Tesco, whether you work in Foot Locker, wherever. 2 out of 8. So performance based, whether you're on the phones trying to sell things. Imagine you sell 2 out of 14 days. I've done sales jobs.
Yeah.
You ain't surviving. Let you not sell for a day.
Yeah.
And they are on your neck.
Fully.
Yo, they are on your neck if you don't sell for a day. Never mind 2 out of 14.
14, you know.
But yeah, man.
Wow.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to close out the show, people. You know what I'm saying? Only a shorter one. Big up to Toomey for joining.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, man, anytime.
You know.
It's so different because obviously you bring a different approach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. But we will be back in full, people, next week. So myself, Stro. We will be adding a third in, is it March?
March, yeah.
March.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to pattern the shows. We're going to sort that out. Like I said, Sol putting the game in G Unit. That's what Sol's trying to do. So we'll see if it works out. I love to everyone that has locked in. Please make sure, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Toomey, I'll let you see us out.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I've always wanted to actually sit here with you, bro, like and chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a pleasure being a guest on From a Third Eye View. Keep locking in every Monday 7 till 9
We will get back to 9 people, don't worry in it. We will be getting back to full 7 p.m. till 9 p.m, giving you a full 2 hours.
Shout out to Stro, you know what I mean?
Stro every time.
We'll see you next week, my man, 100%. And keep it locked, yeah?
Big up, man. From a Third Eye View Pie Radio, people. From a Third Eye View Pie Radio.
Yeah, man.